The sky is supposed to be safe, but sometimes danger comes faster than a speeding jet. Today we're diving into the most extreme, heart-stopping aviation moments ever caught on camera. From mid-air turbulence that feels like a roller coaster from hell to pilots facing life or death emergencies at 30,000 feet, these are the moments that defy belief. The roar of the runway suddenly turns chaotic. This small aircraft surges forward, wobbling low and dangerously close to the ground. A girl sprints behind it, desperately trying to catch up. For a moment, it looks completely out of control as the plane picks up speed, turning the runway into pure chaos. With a sharp tilt, it narrowly clears the scene and climbs unsteadily into the sky. The sky explodes with thunder as a colossal jet emerges, hauling the impossible on its back. The crowd erupts in disbelief as it roars low over the city, a space shuttle strapped to its frame like a rider on a beast. Cameras tilt skyward, chasing every second of this once-in-a-lifetime spectacle. Power, history, and raw aviation dominance captured in one jaw-dropping flight. The sky trembles as a colossal military aircraft dives into a steep and low-altitude turn, skimming dangerously close to the water. Suddenly, a second giant thunders in, locking wing to wing in a breathtaking display. Two massive transports, moving with fighter-like precision, tearing the sky apart in a show of raw power and impossible control. The crowd goes silent as a massive military transport snaps into a hard bank, skimming low over the water with unreal precision. Engines thunder, but this beast moves like a fighter jet. Then, out of nowhere, a second giant drops in beside it, two monsters of the sky, flying wing to wing, proving that sheer size doesn't slow down pure dominance. Crowd erupts as not one, but two massive military transports tear across the sky, banking hard and skimming low over the water. Engines roar like thunder, yet these giants twist and turn with fighter jet precision. Side by side, wing to wing, they dominate the horizon, proving that raw size can still move with impossible power and control. Sky turns into chaos in an instant. A jet drops in for landing, wheels brushing the runway, when suddenly the engines burst into flames. Fire and smoke tear across the tarmac, but the pilot fights back. With sheer power, he rips the aircraft back into the sky, climbing hard and leaving the crowd frozen at the fiery spectacle. The giant aircraft powers down the runway and lifts off with sheer force. Instead of leveling out, it climbs almost vertically, pointing straight toward the sky. This jaw-dropping maneuver turns a simple takeoff into a breathtaking display of raw power and control. Beach turns into chaos as a massive jet dives in low, screaming just overhead. Tourists duck and brace against the blast while cameras capture every heart-stopping second. Then, like it owns the sky, the giant roars past and slams down onto the runway, leaving everyone stunned by just how close it came. Oh my God, it's so terrifying. This beach turns to panic in an instant. A low-flying plane spirals out of control, slicing toward the water with no way back. The impact detonates waves like an explosion, and within seconds, the shoreline erupts into chaos as stunned crowds watch disaster unfold before their eyes. That moment had my heart pounding. What about you? Drop your reaction in the comments. This is the kind of moment that makes your heart stop. Oh my God, it's so terrifying. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. How did it make you feel? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Alright, we got an actual plane crash.
Hold short of Charlie, contact ground 121.75.
Runway shakes as this giant jet dives in, dropping hard toward the ground. Its wheels slam twice, blasting smoke across the tarmac like an explosion. Just when it looks like the landing will hold, the engines erupt with thunder. With raw force, the pilot yanks the jet back into the sky, turning a brutal touchdown into a jaw-dropping climb.
Holy moly!
All eyes lock on the sky as the legendary Goodyear blimp makes its dramatic descent. The massive airship hovers low, towering over the field, while crew members sprint to attach the guide ropes. One wrong move and this giant could break free, but with flawless timing, they wrestle it under control. Slowly, carefully, the blimp tilts and kisses the ground. A perfect landing for one of aviation's true icons. A beach explodes into chaos as a jet throttles up for takeoff. Its engines unleash a blast so powerful it hammers the shoreline, sending tourists stumbling and scrambling for cover. Some cling desperately to fences, fighting the roaring wind as the aircraft tears down the runway with unstoppable force. That moment had my heart pounding. What about you? Drop your reaction in the comments. Oh my God, it's so terrifying. Crowd gasps as a vintage biplane thunders down the grass runway, engine screaming for lift. But instead of rising, it veers violently off course, skidding straight toward nearby structures. In seconds, metal splinters, wood shatters, and the aircraft smashes apart while onlookers scatter in shock. What began as a routine takeoff erupts into a jaw-dropping disaster.
Fighting against brutal crosswinds, this passenger jet struggles to stay aligned with the runway. Its wings rock violently side to side as the pilot battles the gusts, barely keeping control. Each moment feels like a showdown between raw weather power and precision flying.
Thundering down the runway, the giant jet lifts off with sheer power, only to shock everyone with an extreme airborne stunt. Seconds after takeoff, it banks into a razor-sharp turn, tilting hard at low altitude and slicing through the sky with breathtaking precision. Skimming close to airport structures, the aircraft shows off both raw power and fearless control, a jaw-dropping display of aviation mastery that keeps every eye locked on its every move. The battlefield roars as a powerful tilt rotor hovers low, blasting the ground with hurricane-force winds. Soldiers on the ground scramble into action, securing a heavy load to the dangling hook. In seconds, the cargo lifts high into the air, carried effortlessly by the aircraft's massive power.
Facing winds of 320 kilometers per hour in a V-twin.
It's a perfect display of teamwork and raw aviation strength in action. A roaring explosion erupts during an air show, sending a massive fireball and smoke tower into the sky while stunt planes continue their maneuvers. Spectators watch in shock, capturing the fiery spectacle on their cameras. Steel nerves are tested as a fighter plane makes a rough carrier landing, the arresting cable snapping it to a halt just in time. Crew members rush in immediately, securing the aircraft and helping the pilot out safely. The sky turns into a battlefield of precision as a massive Sikorsky CH-53K King Stallion hovers in mid-air, closing in on a refueling probe. The sunset paints its towering frame in gold, a reminder of just how enormous this beast really is. And then, out of the horizon, more helicopters fall into perfect formation, a jaw-dropping display of coordination and power in the skies. The crowd is left speechless as a colossal Mi-26 defies gravity, hauling a full-sized fighter jet into the sky like it's nothing. Dangling beneath the giant rotorcraft, the jet hangs steady while the mission unfolds with flawless precision. Minutes later, the jaw-dropping transport wraps up safely as the fighter touches back down, proving why this helicopter is the undisputed king of heavy lift. The ocean erupts as a giant seaplane comes in for landing. But the moment its floats slam into the waves, chaos explodes. Water blasts sky high as the impact shakes the aircraft, throwing the landing off balance. For a few tense seconds, it's a razor-edge close call that could have ended in disaster. The legendary B-2 Spirit stealth bomber slices across the sky like a shadow, its flying wing design almost invisible against the clouds. Silent and menacing, it glides over the crowd with unmatched stealth technology. Every pass leaves spectators stunned, watching one of the most advanced aircraft ever built dominate the skies. Oh my God, it's so terrifying. I can't believe this is happening. It's pure chaos on the edge. The crowd holds its breath as a stunt plane rips through the sky, diving, flipping, and hovering just inches above the ground. Smoke trails cut across the air, while the pilot pushes the aircraft to its absolute limits. Ground shakes as a V-22 Osprey drops in for landing, its tilt rotors unleashing a storm of raw power. A massive dust cloud explodes outward, swallowing everything in sight as visibility vanishes. People nearby scramble for cover, caught in the chaos of a landing so intense it feels like the sky itself just crashed down.
Runway turns into a fire show as a twin-engine plane is forced into a belly landing with its gear jammed. Sparks scream across the tarmac as metal grinds against the asphalt, but the pilot holds steady. Against all odds, the aircraft skids to a stop in one piece, turning a near disaster into a flawless save.
The crowd watches in awe as a Harrier jump jet hovers effortlessly in the sky, its engines roaring with raw power. This legendary aircraft defies gravity, transitioning seamlessly between forward flight and vertical lift. Thick trails of exhaust mark its incredible maneuver as it demonstrates unmatched agility, a true showcase of engineering brilliance, leaving the audience stunned. Like a rocket, a fighter jet punches straight into the sky, engine screaming as it claws for altitude. But then control slips. The jet tips forward in a violent nosedive, slicing back toward Earth in a split second of pure chaos. At the razor's edge of disaster, the stunt shows just how close raw power can come to catastrophe. Suspended high above the ground, a massive heavy-lift helicopter hauls another chopper beneath its belly, cables straining under the weight. Its giant rotors thunder as the beast hovers steady, then lowers the load with flawless control. Its raw aerial muscle and precision on full display, proving why this machine is the heavyweight champion of the skies. The sky explodes with motion as a stunt helicopter tears into a wild routine, rolling, flipping, and twisting like it defies gravity itself. It dives hard, then rockets back up, every maneuver sharper than the last. This is precision flying turned into pure adrenaline. And that's it. Some of the most extreme and dangerous aviation moments ever caught on camera. From fiery jet takeoffs to low-flying giants and insane stunts, every scene proves just how powerful and unpredictable the skies really are. If this had your heart racing, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell. Because here on Tech Trouble, the skies are never calm. They're pure chaos, raw power, and moments you'll never forget.